It's been incredible. We've done so much as a band with King Calaway. We've played so many festivals around the States. We put out 2 singles. The highlight for me was when we got to perform with Zach Brown of Zach Brown Band. In fact, we played with the whole band in Nashville at the country music festival that they do. So we played in the Nissan Stadium, which I think holds up to like 60,000 people, and he invited us out to play our new single. So that was a huge highlight for me, yeah.
And we've talked about all the incredible things you've done, all the amazing places you've been to, those highlights of the last year, but what is it that keeps you grounded?
Yeah, ties to home. If it wasn't for FaceTime, I think I'd struggle a lot more, but it's basically part of my morning routine to have a coffee and FaceTime my mom and my dad and whoever's around. The family WhatsApp group we just talk as if I'm still here. And then I'm obviously keeping an eye on GBC News, and sometimes I tell Alexa, I'm like, hey, put on Radio Gibraltar, and I'll just kind of gives me an opportunity to feel like I'm not too far away from home. And it's just so happened that I pretty much always have a flight booked to Gibraltar to look forward to, so it never feels like I'm going kind of like forever. There's always that return flight to look forward to, so yeah.
And how often do you get to do that?
Well, this year I've been really lucky. I came in the summer for a week, and I'm here now for 2 weeks just to celebrate Christmas and the New Year. Obviously before that, with all the COVID stuff going on, that was kind of the hardest for me, because if I would have left the States, I wouldn't have been able to re-enter. So I had to go 15 months without coming back home, and I missed my brother's wedding and loads of things like that. So that was a weird one. For now, I'm trying to at least come back twice a year, once in the summer, once at Christmas, and we'll take it from there.
Now, we've talked about big events, but there's a big life event happening for you next year. You shared it on your social media to all of your followers. You popped the question. So that's something you must be looking forward to. And how is that going to be balanced with the work that you're doing with the band?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were talking earlier about things that keep us grounded, and I found an amazing girl who keeps me grounded, and she's from California. We met 5 years ago. We've been going out since, and when we were back in California, I popped the question at Laguna Beach, and we're actually going to get married here in Gibraltar next summer. So we're doing a big old, Gibraltar style wedding. So I'm looking forward to that, yeah, for sure.
And you put in Laguna Beach in there as well. I mean, just making it even more local connection with Laguna.
yeah, exactly. I found what beach has sounds like it could be in Gibraltar. So La Laguna basically is.
You have such a distinct sound. What's the collaborative nature like of all of you getting together, jamming, coming up with new music?
Yeah, there's 4 of us from different parts of the world. And so when you bring all that together, naturally, there's going to be different elements that we bring and different sounds. A big part of the collaboration process for us is we songwrite with other songwriters who are not in the band. So a lot of the times, each of us will pair up with some big songwriters in Nashville. And I think having the space to be creative away from the band just means that when we do come together in the studio, when we're in a band room, we're bringing so many fresh ideas all the time. And it's really exciting.
Now, the band were last in Gibraltar back in 2019 as part of the lineup for Gibraltar Calling. So do you guys still talk about that experience? And have you thought about maybe coming back to perform here again?
Absolutely. It was actually the highlight of the year. I mean, for me, hands down, but for them, they were just so impressed that they could see Morocco from the stage, because it was up at Europa Point, and we have such fond memories of that show. Yeah, I mean, we would have to kind of make it make sense. Maybe we were doing some more shows like in the UK or around Europe. Then it would make sense, like, just to bring, because it was such a big band and stuff, to big in number of people, not big in like we're the biggest band ever.
I mean, you're making it. Let's put it that way.
I mean, we're like 4 people plus crew. It becomes a big kind of traveling party. So if we can make it make sense, I know that they would love to, and I would love to. So yeah.
Now, we've talked about 2022, but having a look at the band's social media pages, it seems there's already a lot planned for 2023. So what's happening in the year ahead?
Yeah, 2023 is poised to be a pretty incredible one. We were invited to go on the road with Zach Brown Band, who basically play baseball stadium level like shows. And one that really stood out to me is Fenway, which is the big baseball stadium that the Boston Red Sox play at in Boston. So we've got 23 dates with them, kind of scattered all around the States between June and November. And I think that's going to be incredible. Yeah, super excited.